Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Wheatland, Missouri and the Diamond and Dirt Tracks, the Lucas Oil Speedway, for the finale of the Midwest Super Dirt Series Modified Tour. 16 cars on tap tonight, going to give us two solid heat races and a great 40-lap A main event. Quick qualifier following the trend of the year is going to be Damian Kiefer, 14.779 around this 1/3 mile here in the middle of the cornfields in Wheatland, Missouri. Without further ado, let's go straight into our heat race action. Heat race number one on the Speedway for your modified, starting on the pole, is going to be the 31 of Andrew Thornton, sporting the special Chili Dog paint scheme this week. Blake Dolger at his outside. Row number 2, you're going to see Preston Cottrell, and tonight's quick qualifier, Damian Kiefer. Sprint car driver Tebow Brandon and Tom Ostendorf in row number 3. Row number 4 is going to have Brandon Walsh. And the real Chili Dog, Wade Fields, is going to round out your 8-car field. 8 cars going for 8 laps. Around the Diamond and Dirt Tracks, green flags in the air, and we're underway. Thornton going to lead the field down, rotating around the low side of the speedway, holding off Blake Dolger for the time being into turn number 3. Kiefer up to the cushion, trying to use the momentum. Thornton's got to dig it on the bottom, going to lead lap number 1. Cottrell trying to follow the leader, down around the tires, challenging Dolger and Kiefer, trying to make his way up into second. Thornton still got the lead, but Dolger challenging on the outside. Off turn number 2, side by side, got a drag race down the back straightaway for the lead. Thornton sticking to the low side, gets the infield tractor tire. He's going to go backwards through the field. Dolger is going to assume the lead. Now under fire from Damian Kiefer. Kiefer crosses him over, throws the slide job, maybe. No, just crosses over his race line. Stays down the low side of the speedway here as they get the cross flags. 4 down, 4 to go. Kiefer with the lead, carrying the momentum on the high side of the speedway. Dolger around the bottom. Still side by side for the lead with Preston Cottrell. Looking to throw his hat in the ring, making a 3-car dance for the lead. This time by popsicle sticks in the air for Damian Kiefer. 2 laps to go. Cottrell now side by side with Dolger for P2. This time by white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go for Damian Kiefer. Up around the top side of the speedway, pulls away from Dolger. Switches up the line, goes down low to defend, and off turn number 4, checkered flag's going to fly. Damian Kiefer is going to win heat race number 1. Heat race number 2, making their way down the front straightaway. Starting on the pole is going to be the 21 of Michael Covey with Todd Hutton to his outside. Nicholas McDougall and Noah Bowman in row number 2. Row number 3 is going to find Christopher Haddon and Ryan Covey with Joe Merritt rounding out the 7-car field as Carson Joyce unable to answer the call. 7 cars, 8 more laps. Final heat race of the MSDS season. Covey's going to fire early through 3 and 4. Field follows, and we're underway. Michael Covey right to the top shelf, breaking away from the rest of the pack. Hutton able to hang on to the second spot for the time being. Nick McDougall trying to change out on the low side. McDougall gets a good run. He's got second place for the time being. Stays to the low side as Todd Hutton continues to work the high side. Noah Bowman top shelf right behind Hutton trying to get into this battle. Covey still working the top shelf, continuing to drive away from the rest of the pack. Now McDougall changes up the line, jumps the cushion on the high side. Hutton goes by on the low side. Give Todd Hutton P2. Through the middle of the speedway now. McDougall's got a good run down the back straightaway. Noses ahead for P2. Now Hutton still trying to make that lower side of the speedway work. McDougal trying to keep it smooth and steady on the high side. Noah Bowman trying to follow McDougal around. A little over halfway home here in this one as Coffey's going to see 3 to go this time. Now Hutton starting to drop back. Noah Bowman noses ahead. He's got third for the moment. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go. Nobody's catching Coffey. Top shelf seems to be the place to be. Coffey's got a 1 second advantage to the second place car of Nick McDougal. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Does Bowman have anything for McDougal? Looks like he jumps the cushion just a little bit in 3 and 4. He's going to have to battle with Hutton for third. But off turn number 4, checkered flag flies. Michael Coffey is going to win heat race number 2. McDougal hangs on for P2. Bowman in P3. Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime for the final time this season for the MSDS Modifieds. We had 16 cars checked in, only 15 answering the call for tonight's 40-lap A main, and let's see your starting lineup. Rolling from the pole in the finale is going to be your current series points leader, Damian Kiefer. To his outside will be the 21 of Michael Coffey, Blake Dulger and Nick McDougal in row number 2. Preston Cottrell and Noah Bowman in row number 3. Tebow Brandon and Todd Hutton in row number 4. Christopher Haddon and Brandon Walsh going to round out the top 10. Row number 6, you're going to find Wade Fields and Joe Merritt. Row 7, you're going to find Andrew Thornton and Ryan Coffey. And Tom Ostendorf tagging the tail of the 15-car field. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time this season, the Midwest Super Nerd Series Modifieds coming at you this time from the Diamond of Dirt Tracks, the Lucas Oil Speedway. Sit down, strap in, and hold on tight as we're going to take you for a ride on the wild side one more time on a Wednesday night with the MSDS Modifieds. Kiefer and Coffey lead the field down. They fire out of turn number 4, and we're underway. Kiefer slides through the middle. Dulger follows right through, side by side with Michael Coffey for P2. Coffey trying to ride the rim on the high side. Dulger gets by for P2. Now Coffey's going to switch lines, looking underneath of Blake Dulger. Kiefer with about a half car length advantage over P2. A lot of the field working the low side of the speedway here early on. Coffey right down to the tractor tires, trying to find some dig off the bottom. Slides top side there off turn number 4, loses a little bit of ground to Blake Dulger. Preston Cottrell runs the 4th position with Nick McDougal right at the back bumper. Good race so far here in the top 5. Now Cottrell looking underneath Coffey, looking to take P3 away. A little bit of right side romance into turn number 1. Coffey still sticking to his guns on the high side. Gets a good run down the front straightaway, able to overtake Preston Cottrell, hang on to the 3rd spot. Damian Kiefer out front, starting to set sail 0.6 of a second to the second place car of Blake Dulger. Dulger running comfortably by himself in P2. Cottrell gets up to the 3rd position. It looks like Coffey jumped the cushion, went backwards a couple spots as both Cottrell and McDougal get by. P6 is Noah Bowman. Tebow Brandon running in 7th. Brandon Walsh holding on to 8th. Wade Fields in 9th. and Andrew Thornton rounding out your top 10 currently. As our first yellow flag of the night flies, we'll have to go back and take a look at what brought it out. Caution coming out for the 52 of Christopher Haddon. Left front damage, having a hard time getting that car to make the turns. Does not make the turn through turns 1 and 2, brings it to a stop at the top of Speedway and draws a yellow. As the pace car dives off out of turn number 2, Kiefer, Dolger, Cottrell, McDougall, and Covey, your top 5. Kiefer fires the middle of 3 and 4. Green flags in the air. We're back underway, working lap number 10. Kiefer, a little bit of a slider line. Able to hold off Dolger for the time being. Preston Cottrell looking underneath Nick McDougall for the 3rd spot. A little bit of contact down the front straightaway. Cottrell's got P3 for the moment. Dolger making his move for the lead, right to the back bumper of Damian Kiefer. Both cars right through the middle of the speedway. Now Dolger shows the nose to the inside of Damian Kiefer. Rotates it a little bit lower on the speedway drag race down the front straightaway. Kiefer still got it. Dolger a little bit better through 1 and 2 for the most part. Great battle going for the lead still side by side. Little bit of contact there off turn number 4. Drag race down the back straightaway. Dolger with the short slider across Kiefer. Kiefer looks underneath him. Dolger's going to lead the lap, but Kiefer takes it right back into turn number 1. Still side by side with the positions flip-flop. Now Kiefer looking to the inside. Dolger able to power by on the high side. 15 in the books, 25 to go here at Lucas Oil Speedway. A little further back, Cottrell and McDougall both catfishing around the low side for the 3rd spot. Now both cars through the middle. Noah Bowman running in the 5th position. Sends it to the cushion, trying to find something to make his way forward. Michael Covey runs in 6th. Tebow Brandon in 7th. Wade Fields and Andrew Thornton battling it out for the 8th position. If Thornton gets by, that'll be like an out-of-body experience for Fields, looking at his own self-portrait on the sail panel. Back out front, Blake Dolger, still your leader. Keeping right with Dolger. Great race going for the lead. Cottrell still holds on to 3rd, but Noah Bowman is now up to the 4th spot. Utilizing the momentum as the racetrack starts to go away. Kiefer shows the nose down underneath Blake Dolger. Got the crossed flags this time. We've got 20 in the books and 20 to go. The race for 3rd about to start getting real exciting. Cottrell rolling through the middle. Bowman sailing it on the high side. McDougall trying to make the bottom work. Bowman with a good run this time by about a car length behind Preston Cottrell. Shortens it up once again, looks to the inside, fires the slide job for 3rd. Can he make it stick? Just about. Cottrell gets back by, holds on to 3rd for the moment. Go side by side down the back straightaway. Good run by Bowman on the high side. Still carrying the momentum. He's going to squeak by. Now Bowman's got P3. Back out front, got a slider for the lead. Kiefer slides Blake Dolger, gets the lead momentarily. Dolger crosses him back over and takes it back. This time by 15 laps to go. Dulger still working through the middle. Kiefer right there with him. Now Kiefer looking to the inside once again. Does he have anywhere to take it? Not really. Hanging about the same speed as your leader. Still side by side. I think they've been side by side all but 3 laps this entire race. Now Noah Bowman starting to close the gap, wants to be part of this dance up front. Bowman setting sail on the high side, closing the gap. Last time by, he was almost a full second behind your second place car. This lap closed it up to 0.8. Leader still duking it out. That's exactly what Noah Bowman wants to see. The 52, Christopher Haddon, lap traffic in front of your leaders. 10 laps to go this time. Haddon causing Dulger to check up just a little bit. Kiefer's right there. Who uses the lap car as a pick? Dulger to the high side. Kiefer gets into the lap car as well as Dulger. Still clean and green and unscathed. Now Dulger goes to the top shelf. Trying to hold off Damian Kiefer as the laps are starting to wind down. Kiefer goes to the low side, comes back up across the racetrack, leaves the lane. Dulger, a little contact at the outside wall. Let's see if the elbows come out here in the closing laps. It's been a great race so far. Noah Bowman still holds on to the 3rd spot. Nick McDougall in 4th, over a full second behind Noah Bowman. Preston Cottrell, Michael Covey battling for the 5th position. Back out front, Kiefer throws the slider. Dulger looking back to the inside. Does Dulger take the line away? He does not. Side by side down the back straightaway as they've got the handful. We got a little less than 5 laps to go. Slider from Dulger all the way to the top side of the speedway. Kiefer's going to cross him over. Kiefer leads the lap now with 4 to go. Dulger right to the back bumper. Does he fire the slider? He goes to the inside. Short slider on Kiefer. Kiefer crosses him back over once again. Bowman's watching this battle right here ahead of him, and now Noah Bowman in the fight. This time across the start-finish line. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps left to go in the season, and it's a drag race down the front straightaway for the lead. Dulger throws the slider. Kiefer crosses him back over. Now Kiefer defends, runs the slider line of his own. Dulger got it digging through the middle side by side. White flags in the air. 1 lap to go. Dulger tries to park it on the nose of Kiefer. Kiefer grabs the brake, turns it down the racetrack, defends on the bottom line. Slides up about halfway up the racetrack. It's a drag race, and checkered flag flies, your winner. And your points champion. The driver out of Bloomsdale, Missouri, Damian Kiefer, takes the win and the championship. Well, folks, what a fantastic night. What a fantastic season. Great racing all season long through all 8 races with the Midwest Super Dirt Series Modifieds. Let's check out the A-Feature rundown for the final event of the season. Damian Kiefer picks up the win and the points championship. Blake Dulger in P2. Noah Bowman rounds out the podium. Nick McDougall and Michael Covey round out the top 5. Tebow Brannon, Preston Cottrell, Andrew Thornton, Todd Hutton, and the Chili Dog, Wade Fields, round out the top 10. Christopher Haddon, Tom Ostendorf, Brandon Walsh, Ryan Covey, and Joe Merritt round out your 15-car finale. Once again, we want to thank everybody for watching our 8-race season. However, the points are done and tallied, but we are not. We've got one more race for you this season, and it's going to be a doubleheader with the MSDS Super Late Models as we go indoors to the Tulsa Expo Raceway for our own version of the Gateway Dirt Nationals. So you definitely don't want to miss it, and we'll see you next time here on the B-Main Bandits YouTube channel.